What's up, gang? How you guys doing? It is Lieutenant Sal Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life, coming at you today with my daily podcast, man. I was on my morning commute earlier, and I was talking about, I probably think I was talking about communication this morning. Maybe that was the other morning. But anyway, I talked to my morning commute, to my Spotify guys, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to go about doing some of my video podcasts while I'm driving, so you guys can talk. I just got to make sure that I am in compliance and I'm safe when I'm driving. I don't want to get in trouble, get a ticket or nothing. You know what I mean? But anyway, I have my recording going all the time, and so I was just talking it up a little bit this morning, just letting you guys know how I feel on a Friday morning. And feeling pretty good about myself. But anyway, I talked about my podcast being in 5 countries. That was exciting. And then I talked about some other stuff this morning. But we're going to get into this afternoon's podcast. You know, the thing that I sit there and I write my notes and contemplate. I start off my podcast, I write a question, right? And from that question, I build on it from the books I read, things I see, maybe an article that I saw or something, and I try to build upon that and to try to build up a conversation that we can talk about in this evening's podcast. And the reason why I'm doing this right now, and even though this is a solo podcast, it's not like live where people are interacting with me right now, I'm just doing my talking, is because I'm trying to work up a base of questions that I want to start asking people that I interview when I'm getting out there and about. And you know, with people's demands on time all the time, I probably won't get to do a everyday podcast where every day I'm out there interviewing people. So in doing this and in learning how to do this, it is exciting for me. It is exciting for me, and I love the format that I'm doing where I write out questions and I go from there. So today's question, believe it or not, has to do with what I'm trying to do right now, which is I'm trying to build my business empire, right? I'm trying to build my business empire. I'm trying to make sales. I'm trying to learn how to market. I'm trying to figure out how to properly do my taxes and my books and my marketing, my advertising, you know. And so my question to you guys is this, man, and you guys can answer this question honestly as possible, right? How many of you out there are trying to be that one-man show in your quest for success in life, right? How many of you are out there trying to do that? I know this guy right here, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it all. And this is what I've learned, right? I've learned that, hey, it takes hard work, dedication, and you really have to just be consumed with whatever you're doing, and it's going to be a lot of you. A lot of all you. A lot of, as the saying goes, Bugs Bunny playing every single base, man. And so when you're doing that and you're running around and you're running every single base, it gets hard. It gets exhausting. It wears you out. And you go through so many emotional peaks and valleys, man. And I know for me, I am all over the place sometimes. And I try to balance it out with my songs in my head, right? And my normal type life, which is I'm usually happy, guys. And so I try to balance all that out. But listen, when you're trying to be a one-man show, it is hard. It is hard to do that, man. And a lot of people say to me, well, isn't that how it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to be a one-man show. And I'm telling people that maybe you need to rethink that. And I know that I had to rethink it. And I'm going to let you know why I had to begin to rethink it and how I went about this whole process of trying to figure out whether being a one-man show was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, right? Now, I get it, guys. I get it, right? If you often feel that there is no one you can turn to, right? I know, I feel that way, man. No one you can turn to when it comes to solving your personal issues, right? your personal issues in life, right? And I'm talking the big three, right? I'm talking about your health, right? Who's going to come in there and help you solve your health issues, right? How about your wealth, your personal wealth, your legacy, right? Your financial situations, right? We take that personal, right? Okay, and to finish off the big three, relationships, right? You figure all your relationships have to be, that's on you. You know, people love saying, hey, that's on me. You know, I messed up, that's on me. And I get it, man. People love to talk like that and take all of this on themselves. And I'm telling you guys, you're wearing yourself out. You're wearing yourself out unnecessarily. And I learned this. I learned this, and I'm going to continue to go on and talk about this. What I first want you guys to understand is this. Before I go any further, that is, doing it all on your own is the biggest myth of all times, man. It is the biggest myth of all times. People are successful not doing it on their own, man. Knock it off. And if somebody's feeding you that nonsense, stop listening to them. You're not going to do it on your own. You're not going to achieve great success all by yourself. You're not going to do it, man. When it comes to success, one of the main things that separates the highly successful, right? One of the main things that separates the highly successful from the people who never quite get there is time, right? One of my mentors told me, he said, guess what? Eventually, everybody's going to be successful. Everybody. The problem is most people will run out of time before they get there. So think about that. If everybody's going to be successful, but you're going to run out of time before you get there, then what is the most important factor that you're dealing with, guys? It's time. Time is consistent, and you can't stop it. You can't stop it from moving. It is always going, right? Time is the great equalizer when it comes to reaching your goals in your lifetime. Yeah, and they talk about people learning how to manage your time and everything. And I think that you can't manage your time. Your time is your time. Everybody has the exact same 24 hours in a day. So maybe saying manage your time is not a good thing to say. But more importantly, it is what you do with each moment, each quality moment in your life. What are you doing with it, and how are you making the most of each moment? But that's going to determine what your life, how your life turns out, right? And if you are not paying attention to those moments, and you're willy-nillying those moments, right? Then you're probably going to be all over the place when it comes to your success, man. You may have some success here and tons of failure here, and tons of hard times here and tons of good times over there. You gotta do your best to get the quality out of all of your moments, man. And to write them down. Try to keep them up here. Write things down. I learned very important long time ago that journaling was extremely important to getting things out, writing things down, and being able to map out a path. Man, we all need paths in order to achieve some of the things that we want in life. So how do we take advantage of this extremely valuable asset called time? How do we do it? What do we do? And that is what I'm trying to get at today. What do we do to take advantage of this asset, right? The answer is to learn how to get others to do the work for you. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, right? Having somebody else do the work for you. Some of you, right? Some of you feel you're too selfish to allow somebody to work in your dream. This is your dream, or this is your passion, or this is your thing. Some of you are too selfish to do it, right? And other people are worried about the credit, right? And we're going to get to that too, because that is a key point when it comes to reaching the highest of high levels, right? So if we're learning to get others to do the work for us, right? That is important, right? So what you want to do is you want to find people more verbally skilled, right? Individuals than you, and what you need to do. Let me get into this a little bit. Let me back it up a little bit before I talk about finding people and the skill level that they have. One of the important things that people like to say, as opposed to having somebody do the work for you, is learning how to scale, right? That is the popular term that people are using these days. Learning how to scale your business. You have to scale your effort. You have to, whatever you're doing, right, you have to learn, be able to have it multiply itself over and over and over again, so that that one effort that you do is 100-fold. So that's important. It's very, very important to learn how to scale, but it is the same thing as having others do their work for you, man, or having a system do the work for you. Either way, at the end of it all, you get the credit. That's what I was talking about before, right? You get the credit, and so successful people use the knowledge and wisdom of others to further their cause, right? The things that they're trying to do, the things that they're trying to achieve. Some of the people that have done this were two of the people that stand out the most in my head right now. I didn't write them down here, but Henry Ford, right? Henry Ford was one of the people who learned how to use others to for his cause. And Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was another one. Both of those guys are infamous and famous for, you know, the V8, the Ford engine, and Apple, the iPhone, right? And neither one of them were the creator of it, right? They had people doing all of the work, and all of the smart people that they hired and brought in to work, and all the engineers and scientists and everything else. These people did all of the legwork, right? And these individuals benefited, right? So these icons not only benefited from others' legwork, it saved them valuable time. It saved them valuable time and tons of energy, right? Valuable time and tons of energy. And believe it or not, right? When we go back back years and years in the days of Thomas Edison, that is why Thomas Edison's name rings true all over, while Nicholas Tesla did not receive all the fame and credit until much later on, after they both all passed on in life, right? It's because Thomas Edison mastered the art of using others, while Nicholas Tesla was one of the individuals who he had to have everything like this, and he was the only one working on everything, and it pretty much just wore him out. It wore him out, his energy, and took up all of his valuable time. So that is why we still speak of these legends, right? Edison and Henry Ford and Steve Jobs. We still speak of these legends in their industries as if they were gods, man. If they were gods, and there's so many people did the work under them, we don't remember not one. We don't remember not one person under all of those people, right? They achieved success with an efficiency that very few people during their time could even match, right? And that is why they were seen as they are, right? Their use of people, as well as taking the credit, assured that no one even remembers the people who work beside them, right? Not just the people that work on them. Nobody even remembers the people who work beside them. That is how much credit they took for everything that they did, man. And a long time ago, early in my career, I was told by my mentor I was told by my mentor to stop being so naive in this case of all the hard work that I was putting in and trying to do it all on my own. And I couldn't get it. I did not grasp it at the time what he was saying, and it just pisses me off to this day that I did not do it. But hey, I learned that hard lesson, and I know it now. But what he said to me, I had to learn the hard way. And I want you guys to know, man, you never want to learn this lesson the hard way. And because the reason why you don't want to learn this lesson the hard way is because it takes away your most valuable resource that you can never get back. And that valuable resource is time. Man, once you lose time, you can't get it back. And this cost me 10 years of my life. Easily cost me 10 years of my life. Just because I was naive to this fact, right? My mentor told me, right, that there are many people out there who live like vultures. Like vultures. Now, you guys know I have turkey vultures all around here, and I just have seen some the other day. They're huge, man. But I never see them going out there and attacking anything directly, right? These turkey vultures. And he said to me, while you're slaving away, putting all your energy into a project that you are so passionate about, these vultures are circling above, trying to figure out just how, okay, to thrive off of your hard work and creativity. That is what they're doing. These are vultures, man. And now, guys, I'll admit, it is very easy to join the race and become a parasite after that has happened to you, right? You see somebody and they watch you do all your hard work, and right before you get to put the project out there, they swoop in and they take all type of credit for all the stuff that you did, and it's hurtful and it's painful, and it's so easy to say, well, fine, I'm going to just do it to somebody weaker than me. I'm going to be a parasite. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to join the vulture race, the parasite race, and start taking credit for things that I didn't achieve, especially when you start to move up the ladder, right? Especially when you start to get more experience, right? Especially when you have tons of people under you that are looking up to you for your guidance, right? So it's so easy to be a parasite and start to get people to work for you and do things for you and take all of the credit for all of the skills. It's so easy to do it, guys. But I found it even harder for me to do this to others, what was done for me. I just found it hard to do. I just couldn't get to it. I couldn't do it. So that may cause me, or it may mean that I'm taken advantage of 100 times over, and so many other ventures that I go out there and do in my life. But for me, I was adamant just to learn another way. All right, I was adamant that there had to be another way for me to learn it. And so, like I said, it cost me 10 years of my life, guys. 10 hard, painful years of my life. And so I want to give you my other solution that I found. And hopefully you see this immediately before the vultures swoop in and take all your hard work and all your credit for the things that you have been working for. Because I'll tell you what, guys. And if anybody who has been in law enforcement as long as I have been in 28 years, I think you only have to be in there a couple of years to find this out, especially in your younger years of law enforcement, that law enforcement is full of vultures and parasites. It's just what it is. It's full of vultures and parasites. People who prey on the weak because they are alphas and they are strong, man. You know, and it's good people in it's tons of good people in law enforcement. I'm talking about the few, but there's still tons of vultures and parasites in law enforcement, and a lot of them are way up top, man. And a lot of them take a lot of credit for all of the work that the line officers have been doing out there, right? A lot of people up top take credit for it, man. So understand that, and I know that happens in every company and everything, but just letting y'all know, I'm putting it out there that you have to be careful in this business, especially my law enforcement brothers and sisters that are out there listening to me today. Okay, now understand this: you have to be careful because many people will attempt to devour your dreams while you are still alive. Right? As I told you before, the turkey vultures that I see out here, as they in a deer carcass or some dead animal on the side of the road, they're eating them after they're dead. These parasites out here now, right? These vultures out here now, they'll eat your dream while you're still alive. You hear me? They will devour you while you're still alive. While your dream still has a breath, they will begin to devour it. Take full credit for it and knock you back 10 years. So you have to be very, very careful, man. The truth is, man, is that we do not have to learn how to scale. We do have to learn how to scale our work, no matter what, right? And I'm not talking about taking advantage of others, but we do have to learn how to scale our work. And that may entail having others do the work for us, right? It may entail having others to do the work for us. Now, when others are doing the work for us, guys, you have to get out there and find the people with the skills, right? The skills and the creativity that you lack. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to scaling and growing, right? Now, when you go out there and you find people with the creativity that you like, that you lack, I call them a compliment to you, right? They are a compliment to all of the things that you can't do, they can do. And so what do? You hire them, you compensate them financially, percentage-wise, or whatever. You compensate them, okay, for the skills that they're going to bring to you to help you to scale. Now, during this time, one of the things that they'll understand is they're being compensated, but you are getting all the credit, right? This is your project. This is your endeavor. This is your business, company, whatever you're doing. So this is yours. And they just get the privilege of coming in and working with you and getting their skills up. They're getting their skills up, but they're helping you scale. Okay? So they're doing more of what they're good at, and they'll be compensated handsomely, but at the same time, you get the growth and the notoriety and everything else, because we're going to get into this later, man. Reputation is everything. Reputation is everything, guys. So understand that. So by default, all of their creativity is yours if you hire them. So understand that, guys. And that is kind of how I've gone about doing things when it comes to getting others to do the work for me, or scaling, as everybody likes to say these days. Last resort, guys. Last resort. If you are out there and you can't find somebody so immediately with this creativity and skills that you lack, if you can't immediately find somebody like this, right? One of the last resorts that I tell everybody to do is to go into the warehouse of knowledge, man. Go into the resources of the past and build upon something that has already been done. Build upon it. Build upon that knowledge base. Build upon that wisdom. Build upon those skills, okay, with something that you are going to add to it, okay, to make it that much better. Right? There are tons of people out there who have done things that you want to do, but they didn't have the technology that you have these days. They didn't have all of the resources and knowledge that you have right now. And go back in the past, right, into the 1900s, right, and start to pick apart things that you can add to, okay, to create something, a masterpiece that you are working on. So don't be afraid to dig into that knowledge base of the past and create something magnificent for yourself, guys. And in that way, you can scale on something that has already been built and has a solid, tested foundation that you can move further with. So understand that, man. Listen, that's it for today, man. I just wanted to tell you guys that you don't have to do it all on your own. You don't have to do all of this work on your own. It is not necessary. Okay? We cannot, will not, should not do anything when it comes to having a good life or extraordinary life on our own. We have to work together as a team. Okay, we have to work together to scale together. We have to work together to build together. You guys know that one of the most important things that I talk about each and every day is giving value. So you have to get out there and you have to give value to people. And in order to give value to people, you have to work with people. In order to work with people, right, what do you have to do? It's a lot of give and take when it comes to that. It's not all take. It's a lot of give and take. Okay, and feeling people out and learning about people and communicating with people and giving all of yourself, okay, 100%. I love to give 100%, right? I don't like to pick and choose. I like to give 100%, and if a person doesn't give me back 100%, I know that the law of reciprocity and the universe will give it back to me anyway, man. So that's it, man. I'm wrapping it up with that for today. We're just trying to get you not to go out there and be the lone wolf. All right, don't be the lone wolf. You'll be exhausted before you reach the top. All right. So anyway, you guys hop on over to lieutenantsoundblue.com. Pick up a copy of my book. It is free. You guys pay the shipping, $9.95. Also over there, I got a couple of order form bumps. I got my audio book over there that you guys can pick up. But if you guys have Audible, you can get my book on Audible for free. If you have a book on Audible as well. So it took me about 2 weeks to read my entire book, Top 25 Mistakes En Route to the Good Life. And you guys can finish that book in about 4 hours if you read it twice speed, 2x. So do that. Enjoy it. It's a very, very enjoyable book. Extremely uplifting as well. So get out there and check it out. And check me out on social media. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Reddit, Facebook, Blogger, and Twitter. Alright, check me out. I probably missed one, but check me out on all the social media networks. And it's all at Lieutenant Sal Blue. So that's it for today, man. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I know you guys are excited, man, about the weekend. Me, it's just another day. It's just another day to give value. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. Continue to get out there and give value. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, man. You guys have a fantastic evening. Deuces.